The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out. Vikings get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up.
Murray ain't got it. He's probably switching over there to Cooks. Dalvin Cook. Oh. Well, we just got a free game, so, I locked up his run. He's like, nope, I ain't gonna have nothing, so he's like, bye. So, we'll get to the next one. It's pretty easy. We'll go back with, I think we're gonna stick with the same team. So we went Seahawks. Tell me that you love me, you ain't never cared. Yo, who thinks I'm gonna win this like it's nothing? I think I'm gonna have a little struggle depending on the team, but I think I should win this, hopefully. I'm gonna post on my social media, I'm live. Instagram.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And off we go from Seattle. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Keep working, baby. Keep working, fellas.
former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Davis looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Davis will try to run for it. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Yo, what's up?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Zebra.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That was 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in.
I do. I think that he had that in.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 5. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Gun. Shot.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Sponge. 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 No, no, no. Punch left. Punch left. Punch left. Punch left. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
We got 4. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. 19. Fair, fair. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day. Go. Friday.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's going to float this over the middle into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Let's go, 14.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 45 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Tyler Lockett now with a return.
If I would have turned a little bit earlier, I would have been gone.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Spot that. Good, 4 down. Rush in. He's checking. Spot that.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Tempo.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there because when you give him different looks and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now it's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Space to maneuver at the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after that.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark, he's the one that runs him down. And my goodness, that will be a huge loss on the play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing is Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jaron Reed in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 70 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy at his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun?
All right, throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Right back to him on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is he's going to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
That one goes for 24 yards. This is Carson. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Out to kick is Janikowski. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work.
He ain't punting, I know that for a fact.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Thomas. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And out now come the Seahawks. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
4 down, check.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson.
Here they come.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They stick with it on first down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just have another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really, at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now, as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence, because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Hey, over here.
They go play action now. Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Gun. Mike 5-4. Forward. Tempo. Fast. Move inside. Right there. 54, Mike.
They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 76 yards. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
19.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that one falls incomplete.
Nope,
a 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Let's go get another one.
The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
Flush to his right. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Check. Smart that. Check 50. Watch the air.
Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. He lets it fly for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Trying to lay one up deep, and incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Give him a touchdown like that.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback if he was going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Wilson now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Wow, you're going for a field goal.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Janikowski bangs it through. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how they're drawn up in the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back to the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
4 down, check.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. And this play was...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Wilson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Check. Tempo.
Here's Wilson. Off play action.
Ready.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
19.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
What's up, guys?
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Hey, 4 down. Hey, watch that. Check light 54. Light 54. 14. Stop your whining. There.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 22. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Carson. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. They run again with Carson. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage in the front of the attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They run it with Carson. 31 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A first down carry for Davis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense with some 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Shotgun.
Here's Wilson to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Shotgun.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go.
12.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's got Lockett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Zebra. 14. Shotgun. Hey, watch edge. Let's go, 14. Mike's 54. Mike's 50. Zebra.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Zebra.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he comes back with one complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Wilson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pick. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Hang out. Fan. Don't take forever, okay?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Being chased out left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up second down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. And that'll make it third down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens is you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. To throw is Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, fourth quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
4 down, check.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Now Wilson off the play fake. And he can't get a ball away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Shot, green 80. Watch 84. Watch 12. Green 80 shot. Green 80 shot.
Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they'll run it here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Gotta go, gotta go.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. A little unconventional, but another kneel down here as they work towards a field goal try. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. So a lot rides now on the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This to almost certainly win the football game. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now this thing's coming down to the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
So that was pretty good. See my stats. So I had 325 yards with a 52.3 completion percentage. Not bad. I'm gonna check how many I missed. Mine did 11 out of 21, so he missed 10 attempts. Rushing, we got Carson, he got 89 yards, Davis got 2, and Russell got 11. And then his Russell got -2, and his Carson got -1. Receiving, Tyler Lockett with 229 for me, and then Doug Baldwin with 96. Kick return distance. Total yards is longest was 27. And then punt return, longest was 14. Yeah. Not bad. Oh, they got 3 in the second. That's how. Okay. So there's that game. So, yeah. I think I did pretty good, decently. I'm still debating whether I want to play another round or not. How long is this video so far? I think I'm gonna end it. So, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys would like to see a franchise, me start a franchise and start doing a stream, so we stream each game at a time. Please share this to all your friends and stuff. Let them know about my channel. I'm trying to get up to 100 subs. I'm only at 41 at the moment, but we're trying to get there up to 100, and we're going to be playing more of this. This is only a part 3 of it. We're going to go maybe about 10 games, wait a few days, we'll start playing some other stuff, and then we're going to play more of this. Possibly, if you guys even don't even comment, I might just start a franchise series, see if you guys would like that or not. And then there's possibly a new video, not live, but a pre-recorded video is going to be on there tomorrow. And we'll leave you guys off with that. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys later. I think that's it. Yeah. So see you guys later. Peace.